Hello fans of Marvel Heroes and friends of my channel, welcome to another episode of Q&A. I play the game, also talk a little bit more about the game. Now, you may have watched my video earlier on this huge update Gazillion is going to do to this game. All heroes will be updated at once, and there's going to be a fixed kind of number of action bar here, no more hotbar dancing. And also no need to apply ranks to the power anymore. On top of that, there will be 15 talents per heroes, as well as the 3 traits that you can pick and mix what fits your heroes and make the build works for you. Now, thank you so much for all the feedbacks and everything that comes in onto my channel. You like it or you hate it, it's good because I think in this whole entire planet, there aren't many people who understand what we are talking about here. So it's good whether you hate it or love it. The opposite of love is not hatred, it's indifference. When you don't care about it anymore, that's the opposite of love. So it's good. And yeah, I've read a lot of every comments. I read it, you know me, and I would like to also address a little bit on some of these comments on this video as well. So now what this video is about, very casually talking about the some of this information, extra information the Gazillion has shared with us in their forum. I know not all of you read forums. I know my wife doesn't read forum, and I know a lot of friends that they don't read forum at all. I mean, we can't require people to play this game and read the forum, can we? And so I'm going to play a little bit about the Shield of Agent event. So now it's a brand new event. I have no idea what it's going to be like. And I'm going to play again Angela. Why? Because I'm still trying to level up her legendary. It's been I don't play it really that much these days, but yeah, okay. Let's start with this one first, right? So upon you log in, if you haven't been logging in for a while, there'll be an exclamation mark here. I believe Agent Carlson is asking you to talk to this Agent Rose Solomon on the Shield versus Hydra. So here you've got to got to pick a side, I think, and whether you want to be Shield or you want to be like the Hydra thingy. So let me see. I mean, this is brand new to me as well. I'm hoping that there will be some indication on the. So what do we need to do here? So sometimes in this game, you got to toggle around about the mission a bit to find the mission. I wish there was some just one single thing here and do filter whatnot. Talk to Hydra agent Baron von Lin. So where is Hydra agent Baron von Lin? So there must be this guy here. That's rather alright. Okay, so we have Hell Hydra in Avenger Tower. Oh, it is you, Angela. Here's the latest set of intel I nicked from some Shield agent. Why don't you go pay the names on this list a little visit, Hell Hydra? How do we get a Hydra agent here in Avenger Tower without him getting into trouble? I do not know. So now I've got a remote mission asking me to choose a side by talking with either the Shield agent Rose Solomon or the. Okay, so basically, you can switch. So this is not like a Civil War kind of event. You can talk to this guy to switch to. I presume there's some buff somewhere. So now I'm like part of Hydra. I'm enabled to gain some stolen intelligence report to help me track down some of our friends and make sure they never talk again. So okay, fine. So basically, you can switch side anyhow, either here or there. Doesn't really matter. But the important thing is going to Midtown, which is, I think this is the enter Low Town, Eyes of the Shield. Fine, I hope I get it right, man. I don't have no idea. Wow, what in the world is this one here? And I don't know, maybe I'm not okay, Midtown Patrol. So I'm not really getting the right places. Okay, anyhow, let's start with this a lot of feedback here on the content being dumbed down because apparently you can't hopper dance and hence the game is simpler. I always feel that it is not really the case in the sense because if you follow my builds, I seldom exceed this if as much as possible. Crowd control breaker is another thing, but as much as possible, I would like to maintain just one hotbar. And in fact, I mean, 8 button is not trivial. If you play Diablo 3, is actually, I think it's only 6 button if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But so, okay, hang on. So what am I supposed to do here? I head to Midtown. This is not mine. Very interesting. This whole event. Even I, as a veteran, I don't know what in the world are we going to do here. And the supposed to. So asked me to come to Midtown. I have come to Midtown, and that's it. It just. I don't know, maybe I'm not doing it right anyhow. So let me just continue talking about the whole thing, about dumbing down the thing. So I personally do not think that it's dumbed down, and I'll share with you why in just a bit, because I've also read some of the update from the developer on some of the clarification what is to be. So that is something that I would do as well. See, there's a thing here. I'll defeat the Hood. Well, isn't it like some of these events that's already like that, like Civil War event? Never mind, let's do it. Hood, defeat the Hood. Okay, Hood. All right. So now another thing is that people say that it's a bit too World of Warcraft or Diablo 3, which I do not disagree, because if you play World of Warcraft, there are also things like the talent, which I already say that it is very similar. Which is I think. I know it's a bit controversial, but in my mind, although a lot of people at that time didn't like it, I think it's rather successful, because if the system didn't work, they wouldn't leave it there for a long time. And I always say that what killed World of Warcraft, or no, I wouldn't say kill, I mean, still one of the biggest kind of like online game out there. But what actually made the subscriber drop is not because of the whole dumbing down so core. It's a content. If the content is good, people play it. If the content is not so good, people just get bored and they leave. Now, why do I say that? Well, I mean, if you think about it, right? I mean, now World of Warcraft is one of the most talked about in all the review site, gaming site. They say that Legion is really the game to come back to, and Legion is even. If I look at the whole entire build perspective, it's even more restrictive than before, because now you have specialization. There were some power that even with the simplified talent back in 2-3 years ago, I was able to pick and mix. Now I have to pick a specialization that's even further restrict what I can do with my character. So it's even more restrictive in a sense, but what makes people come back is the content, as always. And so I wouldn't say that it's because of the talent thingy that make the World of Warcraft subscription drop. In the sense, it's just, people get bored. I personally didn't dig the whole Pandaren kind of like panda thingy, although I'm a Chinese. And yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I would like to clarify as well. It may not be a bad thing, because it's a proven kind of thing, proven record. And if you also think about it, right, what am I supposed to do now, seriously? After I've done this, and it's a very, very strange event. Like, I'm a veteran, I don't know what to do. So in terms of the whole WoW thingy, I mean, if you look at our current power tree right now, right, this is not the vanilla WoW, vanilla World of Warcraft, right? If you have played the vanilla World of Warcraft, it is actually links here. These are all linked up. You have to open up this guy to go deep into one of these things, and there will be restriction as in how far I can go deep into last talent. Versus, if you get the last one of this guy here, you will not be able to get any of this last point here. That was the pure talent tree. So for those people who say that, some of you who think that the whole thing is simplified and it's really no fun, well, in my opinion, this is already a very simplified version. There's no interrelationship between power, except the fact that it's being unlocked by the level that your heroes are. Your hero is. But beyond that, you can pick anything in any order. You can skip all these things above and just pick anything below as well. So it is not really the true talent tree that everybody think that is so complicated. No, the true talent tree, my friend, would be everything is linked up. and you have to really research and invest all the way down here. While you've done that, you have to forego the rest of it. That is the talent tree. This is already very very simplified. So in fact, right, this whole talent tree, if you may, the decision point is very simplistic right now. It's either you max it at one point and a dump point number, right? So there's no like decision as like, oh, should I put 5 points here, maybe 7 points here, maybe 10 points here? No, it's not. It just, then why do you put 1 point here? Because the power is not great, right? So that's why you put 1 point. Like some of the vulnerability kind of power, usually it's not great. So to put 1 point. But if the power is great, my friend, I will put like 10 points, 20 points to it, right? The rank of it, even if it is a vulnerability debuff kind of thing, like this one or whatever it is, and I will put full points in it, some of each of it. I can't remember which one was it. Yeah. So so I think back to my thinking is that I agree with the direction. Now a lot of people confused, thinking that I'm. Why is he shooting? Oh my God, this is my friend. Hey, there's my friend Interstellar Man. Oh my God, this is so weird, man. This is my friend, but I can't really talk to him right now. I'm doing a video. That's so strange. Anyhow, yeah. So I would say I agree with the direction. Right? I know in the past I've been making a lot of complaint about some of these. Let me do ultimate here for TV. All right. So I've been making a lot of complaint about things doesn't work, like the defense, deflect, dodge, change is not something I'm not a big fan of it, and for good reason as well, because I don't think anybody would want to be a deflect dodge hero. I think it's not a very a good design in a sense. I think it should be like everybody should be a defense hero, either defense dodge or defense dodge or defense deflect, and it should be a good multiplier for you to specialize into one of those defense, either deflect or dodge. I think that should be, if I were to think about it, I would be, I think it's a missed opportunity in a sense. Although I know defense and dodge will have some element of defense or damage reduction to it, but at the end of the day, you want your hero to be not that fragile, and yeah, I feel that we shouldn't, at end game, I don't think we should all leave it to chance. There's just too much chance to go for. So that is one. And as far as the blessing is concerned, I think it's just not well thought of kind of design, because what we're going to do with hybrid, right? So the hybrid are not, I don't really have motivation playing some of the hybrid, and you can't really expect people to if I play a gambit, hybrid gambit, I have to use the diversity, and if I play a range gambit, when I change the spec, I have to go to the crafter or enchanter to switch all my diversity, 4 of them, into low-key, right? So it's a very broken design in the sense that you are forced to do all this like a very clunky thing just to play a hero, right? So some of this I personally voice out on things that I do not like. For good reason, and but I'm always the genuine guy behind this screen that if I like it, I say it. If I don't like it, I say it with the reason why I don't like it. But I don't really bash Gazillion just for the sake of bashing it. So back to the topic, I think the direction is good. There's nothing wrong. I think in a sense that what is the outcome of it, right? So what is benefit of this whole entire changing? First of all heroes will be updated. That is a very good direction. You can't deny that. Whatever you say, even if you don't like design, if I tell you that all heroes will be updated, there's no denying that it is a good thinking behind it, right? Another thing that is good is that I think some of you may not be happy that this is being fixed. But the benefit of it is that now you have the opportunity to in fact balance all the heroes, and a lot of us been suffering and saying that their hero is no good, that hero is no good, and we have to play this hero and this hero have to shelve it. But now all Gazillion need to do is just balance the active powers as a layers, right, and make sure that heroes are all competitive against each other. That is a very, very good thing, and it's not just for the current when they change it, but it's also for the future as well when they have the new new game mechanic or new kind of like power to it and so on and so on. I mean, you know, kind of like new item and whatnot. They can do all these things without the constraint whereby you have to rebalance that 59 heroes or 90 heroes, stuff like that, right? So, you know, I thought the direction is very good. Now, but what I'm not putting my name against it is that it will be a good implementation. I cannot guarantee that all heroes will be good. Now, so what is my expectation? I think that for newer heroes like Angela, like Black Cat, like whatever that is new, like Ultron, it shouldn't be too different. I would think that you will still be able to maintain some of the builds that you have here. What in the world? I have so many things. So you should be able to maintain quite a fair bit of things that you have in this hotbar. I don't suppose you will have a lot of difference in terms of the playing the heroes herself. But what I would expect though is that for Angela, if I am to pick another build, like ranged build, I would expect her to be rather close to the melee build in terms of the balance point of view. Now, it is good because in that sense, I have better build variety in a sense, right? So, you know, I'm looking at it from that perspective when I look at the news itself to see the possibility. Some of the dated heroes like maybe Squirrel Girl, even Rocket Raccoon, I'm hoping that I'm able to pick them up again and play them and to really experience like something that is a bit different, right? So that is the whole reason why I'm so into the whole direction of it. But like I said, the implementation we have to see, right? So I think it's good to have a healthy level of skepticism, but too much negativity also not too good for you, right? So that's how I feel about it. And so now I would like to talk a little bit about they posted something about the hero power. And I think a lot of people ask what is happening, what is going to happen to the hero power and so on. So I'd like to for those of you who do not go to forum and read all those words, but yet somehow come to my channel, thank you very much, and listen to me talking and playing this game. And this is for you, all right? So now a lot of people ask like what would happen to the ultimate power. So according to Astros, the ultimate power remain the same as it is. So there's no change to the system at all. But what I haven't seen is that how it affects the signature power, which I don't know. I mean that hasn't really been said, so I do not know. It's a question mark there so far. So let me just manage my inventory. Inventory management is always a pain in this game. Then after that, I think people ask what happened, with all these like toggle power, specialization, and passive. They have the active component to it. So things sometimes you need to toggle here, toggle there. You may have some passive that can buff here and buff there. So what they do is that what Michael Mayhem mentioning that all this be redesigned into the 15 talents and 2 to 3 trails that will have all these passive toggle and formal specialization, which is alongside with what I would expect them to do, because I think that is only the right thing to do in terms of how the design of it. And I think a lot of questions about the med kit. So the med kit would be functioning like what we have today. I think it's going to be it won't be an item on your inventory. A lot of people ask for it, so they listen. And in fact, it will be just like cooldown power, like the ultimate. I think ultimate has 10-minute timer depending on your rank. Then your med kit will have whatever timer that you have on that one. So that would be your med kit. And I think so some people ask if there are some heroes that the power will be removed. I think the reason why this is asked, I also think that because I think some of you are pretty attached to the build that you have and a little bit worried about what would happen to your favorite hero, and which by the way I totally can relate, because I do have my total I do have my set of heroes with whom I really enjoy playing and I love. But you guys know that, right? I mean, for some times I wasn't that happy with the game. You can tell I wasn't really enjoying. Why? Because with the whole blessing change, like a whole chunk of my roster is no longer great anymore because they're all hybrid, and you can't blame them for being hybrid because I like to play hybrid sometimes. So you kind of lose the motivation knowing that a lot of your heroes are not performing, as on par of some of them, just because you picked the other build and not the right build. So on that regard, I think it's only fair that you all have fear. I have my fear too, but I think like I said, the direction should be pretty decent. So that would be the question of that. And the Rook, a lot of people ask about it because when you play Rook, you know that Rook can borrow power. But right now the design is very clunky because the moment you want to redesign your build, you can't easily. You have to go and reborrow all power as well, and sometimes it could be such a pain to do all these things. So Rook will have a power bank, like a bank that you store all the power, like a power memory they call it. You can remember all the power that you have borrowed, and I think that is really something the fan has been asking. Rook is like a mini game, mini Marvel hero itself, because imagine every hero and team up and villain bosses, current and future, will have one power contributing into Rook's memory power bank memory, or whatever you call it. And that is very, very awesome in my opinion. So that is something that I really look forward to. I think I would spend a lot of time playing Rook after that is changed. And by the way, it won't be an immediate change though. They say probably it will be like a couple, maybe 1 to 2 months down the road before they can implement that. I think their priority is to make sure all the 58 heroes, will be all like decent, and for Rogue would be the last one that have that kind of thing. Now, another question about how this system works as a hero, as a Cable, have 3 very different kind of specialization build options, plus no spec kind of build, which my favorite build is low spec, no spec, right? So I also would like to know about this as well. And let me just go through all these chunks and see which one I would like to keep and which one I like to throw. I think looking at this, I think they're all junks, right? So cool, that's good. More junks, and this is mine as well. All right, so now so basically what Michael Mayhem says is a war of tax, but what it means is that right now, I mean, in the future you don't have to worry about that, because right now if you look at Cable, right, a lot of people think that today we have a lot of build options, but actually it's not. With all the share cooldown, specialization, and all whatnot, what have you, right? You can't really do a lot of things. The build become very restrictive. You have to pick this and you have to pick everything that along that line. And not only that, I think a lot of you are upset that the unique are being changed as well, because you guys spend a lot of money or credit, in game, try to roll the max rank and so on, right? This is terrible. But yeah, try to roll the max rank and so on, and all this will become irrelevant because it become another stat, But and this is good as well, my friends. Why is this so? Because sometimes with all this unique design, you're being bucket into a certain specialization. So if say I have a unique whereby it's very high, all the power is around that area, it's very high, then I have to specialize. I have to force myself to play this build because it is better than some other power that I may have because of rank itself. But remove that out of the equation would give me entire freedom. Like back to the Cable example, what Michael Mayhem is that you can pick anything you want. We don't have to give you a no specialization anymore, because that was there to restrict we all not to pick too much of power and just keep popping power, right? Because otherwise it'd be like pure hotbar dancing. And for those who enjoy hotbar dancing, the only reason why that works is probably because you have modified the INI file. A lot of us are not really into modifying the INI file, and imagine if without that it will be even more clunky. I think the reason why I can handle the hotbar dancing, hotkey dancing like this one here, you watch out this guy, right? So this thing here is because I have I have a mouse with a 12 button beside it. I don't know whether I can show you or not. So it's something like this. Right, so it's a 12 button beside it, and I can program in such a way that I can do F2 left, right click, and F1, right? But otherwise, I won't be able to really enjoy that kind of like hotbar dancing as well. So all in all, just something to share. What in the world is this one? All right, and this one as well, Invisible Woman. I need to put that. I don't think I have enough stash anyway. So yeah, so the cable is a good example that it giving even more build variety. Builds that you can't do it today, you will be able to do it in the future when the change is up. So I strongly believe that with that flexibility and the combination of all these things as well, it will be. I believe it will be more build variety for majority of hero. I can't say for all. Because that would be, I need to see a specific, which I do not have right now. All right, so that is the one, and I think some people are asking, will there be any pure support hero? I think if you play Diablo, there's something called 0 DPS. I think so. All you need to do is just be there as a shield for your friends and so on to do damage, and you draw all the aggro and so on. But they say that in this game it's not going to be the case. It's not going to be the case. I think you can't do a 0 DPS full support mode, but you could have some support character like Invisible Woman. I think that's what they mentioned, that you could do that. Right, I think I get a hang of this event. So what this event does, I believe, is that it gives you opportunity to fairly quickly get a lot of Omega points. So even as you log in every day, I think you have a bit like a 10 ops or 5 ops or whatever. If you are high in your Omega system, those ops will probably just fill up 1 bar maybe, I don't know. But if you're low in that, you probably earn a lot. You can catch up a lot of Omega system. I think it's a good thing. And because I think a lot of us need something to play from now to the update, which probably happen. They say October will hit the test center. I believe that it will probably be sometime in November before they can put it out here, I think. So we will still wait for it. And let me just do ultimate here again. I love the ultimate of Angela. All right, so yay. That is a really good thing. So I think with that said, there will be there is actually all the thing that we have in terms of the changes and so on. I know a lot of you have much anxiety on what is to come, but I think what should you do from now till November probably is a good topic to talk about. And I think for those of you who are still low, if you're new to a game, really, I mean, this is a great game for the new players. There are so many heroes, 59 heroes, with the story is pretty decent as well. All this become new experience. I think this right now, if you're a new player, is a great time to catch up on so-called what the veteran progress has been so far, and you can use the time to also catch up on the Omega system and so on, and it's great because that is what you can do, and you got to experience something that nobody in the future will experience, which is the talent point system that we have today. So I would say, if you're a new player, if you are fairly new to the game, that is probably something you need to do right now to get yourself prepared. When the change comes, you just focus on the end game. So that would be my advice to you. As for the veterans like myself or some of you who has been with this game for some time, I think we need a change. Like I can only speak for myself, but although I also have talked to quite a number of friends in YouTube, also in Steam as well, on that end, and I feel that I think this is a time when we could regroup and rethink, right? Because playing the same thing again and again in the same manner, after a while, it could become rather tiring, I would say. And I could say for myself, I can speak for myself as well, because I've done all the heroes. I've made guides for all the heroes, except Angela. I stopped because they're going to change it anyway. And I've built it. I've tried out most of the build, and those builds that I'm not trying out for a very good reason why I'm not. So I think I've come to a point whereby I read that there isn't a lot for me to go for, and because the heroes release becomes so slow now, we know why. Because there's no point in retrofitting so many things. It really right now at this moment, I think for the veterans or for those who has been playing this game for way too long, it's a good time to take a break. I would advocate you all to gain some perspective just playing other things. There are many good games out there these days. Some are really good, like a free to play. Some maybe not. But there are a lot of other online games there. Just gain some perspective. Play other games. There are so many good games around these days. I would strongly suggest that. Just this is not too bad. This one. I would strongly suggest that. Even I myself doing that. And what have I been up to lately? I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft. You guys must have known. And the strange thing is that I should be playing like I'll leave it to another video on World of Warcraft. But somehow I just I just having a good time there and not doing too much like intense gaming. Just taking myself easy and enjoying the moment, trying not to get myself burned out again on the game. So. And that's how I spend my. I would advise you all to spend your day time from now till November. And do let me know in the comment box below how you would like to, how you're planning to spend the time as well. What other thing you're playing? I know some of you send me requests in Steam if I'm going to play some games with you in this and that. But I don't really play that many games, to be honest. There's only a very limited amount of games I play. Or limited amount of games that I enjoy playing or have time, put it this way, because each game actually costs quite a lot of time investment to get the depth of it. And you probably know by now that when I play a game, I like to go in depth, Marvel Heroes been like thousands of hours, right? World of Warcraft as well in thousands of hours. It's multiple thousands. So I would like to play a game in depth, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they are changing the whole thing. And they have a few other blocks as well. They are going to change in the Omega system and so on. And the I think for those. Wow, I finally got a splinter, man. I don't know how long this video has been, but I think that is probably the first splinter I've seen, and they still haven't fixed that problem. Maybe, I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't really matter too much these days. That is already. Don't try not to get myself charged on that one, and that's already. I know that there are I think Luke Cage is coming out with a new Netflix kind of thing I kind of look forward to as well. And what else are they trying to do in Netflix? I read something about Iron Fist though. I don't know how true it is that they will have something on Iron Fist. So that would be rather interesting. And I'm still looking forward to Jessica Jones season 2 if ever they create one. I'll be a very big fan to do that. And I'm closing to rank 5. So as for me though, I probably would like to equip one legendary per heroes. So I'm missing the Angela at rank 5. I think I'm missing the because I just switched to rank 5. I'm missing the Electra rank 5 as well. And I'm thinking perhaps I should. I think there are 2 more heroes that I do not have a legendary ranked up for. And I don't know whether you guys can guess which of the 2 heroes, but yeah, I do have 2 heroes whereby I haven't really ranked up on the legendary yet, and I may or may not do it because I think it will take me rather long to go through each of the hero and update the guide, which I said I will, and by the way, I think I have like a buff here to take down this crossbow, and I'm very intent to do it if I could. Why is there only one? I still find that the health is a bit too high, man, for solo. Just taking a bit too long. Yeah, but I need to down this guy. I burned my ultimate already. Come on. It's just too long, man, seriously. It's rather boring. Yeah. Come on, this is Angela. Alright. Okay, I think I'm done with this one. Yay! And there's a lot of Omega Orbs, so it's rather good time to catch up on your Omega point, by the way. And I've got a mysterious blue Omega box. What is it inside? Okay, so let me think. What do I need from inside? Probably is the question. But with all this power change and whatnot, I don't know whether it's something that is good or not. Let me just go head over there as well. What? This is mine. So what item do we have here? what item would I want to have here? I think out of all of this, right, the one that I probably only need, let me just pick this up first, and this. So let's visualize here, right? The Sinister one is good. I would like to have that. Other than that, I think Kiss of the Viper is also good from my experience, but with all this change, I do not know. Coat of the Skull is also good, but that's about it. So I'm going to open this guy, and I hope that it is not one of the Kingpin kind of thing, which is one of the worst. Maybe I just curse myself on that. Oh man, anyhow. So, well, this is not that great as well, but you never know. With the +1 intelligence, great. Who would want that? Well, I don't know what they changed the stat and so on. So, yeah, I hope whatever you're doing, wherever you are, I hope you enjoy yourself. And do drop me a note below. My name is Wilfred, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.